because you say random sample of 5 members. That means I can take many set of 5. So in this case, the number of trials is equal to 5 members. And some they use small letter n. Okay, we use small letter n. So that means every sample you take must have a fixed number of trials. That means every set of number that you take in here is 5. Are you clear? So I use the example. So you cannot say have a fixed number of trials. You have to specify the number of trials is equal to 5 members in each group. Set of 5. Got it? So you have to specify this. If you just give me this, for that situation, I give you 0 mark. This is a general statement. This is a specific according to the case. Okay. Second, in order to fulfill binomial distribution, correct, you have to fulfill Bernoulli. So what is a Bernoulli? Say, what is the outcome for each trial? Must have how many outcomes? Must have how many outcomes? 2 outcomes. Correct? One is called success. The other one is called failure. So this is a general. So in example 12, so what is that? How should we put it? How should we put it for example 12? Everyone write down for example 12 for criteria number 2. You have to write down. What do you consider as a success? Hello, young man. Why are you using your calculator? Why are you using your calculator? You're supposed to write down the statement for example 12 for second condition. Can you tell me what have you written down there? Yes? Yes? So what are the 2 outcomes for each trial? So I will say each member okay, can be in favor of changes. That is success. I put down that. Or not in favor of changes, that is failure. That is how I should write. I cannot say success and failure. I have to tell what is considered as a success, what is considered as a failure. Okay, now, are you clear? Each trial, each member here, there are 5 members and each of them will have a choice. Third, you must have independent trials. What do you mean by independent trials? That means the decision of each member will not affect the others. Decision of each member in the set of 5 will not affect the others. So that means, this means the probability of a member in favor of changes is the same. That is 0.78. Are you clear? So they must fulfill these 3 criteria in order to be a binomial distribution. So these are the general statement. This is according to the specific situation. So if in the exam I ask, what are the criteria that for this situation to be a binomial distribution? If you state any of these, you get 0 marks straight away. You have to state like this. Do you get me? Are you okay? So it must fulfill all the 3 criteria. Independent trials. So when you talk about taking things from the box, if without display replacement, correct, that is not an independent trial. Whatever happened, the first one, the second one will affect by the first one. So that is not called independent. Are you clear? Okay. Done? You know the criteria for binomial? You don't talk about calculation first. You have to know the criteria first. Okay, now. Can I? Okay, so every time when we talk about a binomial distribution, okay, we will write down, in this case, what is our random variable x here? I use example 12 to talk about the whole thing. Example 12. Okay, what is x? How do you define x in this case? Look at the question and tell me what is x. Christopher, what is x? Okay, so x is the number of members, number of members in favor of changes. Right? If you put like that, Okay, I would like to ask you, what are the possible value for X? If you write the statement like that, number of members in favor of changes. So what does that mean? If you can't tell me what is interpret, put it into numbers. Okay. Sebastian, what are the possible value for X? Can you take 6? Why not? Yes, because so what you can do is you want to prevent yourself from getting the wrong answer, correct? You have to say number of members in favor of changes out of set of 5. Then you know you cannot go beyond 5. Am I right? Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. If I say X equal to 0, what does that mean? Tell me the meaning. What does that mean? If you must know how to write in words. If you don't know how to write in words, a lot of interpretation will be wrong. What does that mean? Yes, all the 5 members not in favor. Of changes. Right? Okay, so it means that the outcome will be like that. Okay, if I put Y, as in favor and N not in favor. Right? So how will I do? The outcome will be the first one not in favor, the second one also not in favor, and the third one also, and the fourth one also, and the fifth one also. Am I right? So I have only one outcome. Am I right? So what is the probability of this outcome? It's an N, correct? So you multiply by the probability, correct? So what is the probability of not in favor? In this case, 0.28. So I multiply 0.28 how many times? 5 times. To the power of 5. So that's why we said that it must be an independent trial, so that the probability of in favor and not in favor for each member are the same. Right? Okay, if I say X equal to 1, what does that mean? What does that mean? Can you please write down the meaning? It means anyone out of the 5 members is in favor of changes, right? So what would be the outcome be? So it can be the first one in favor, the other four are not. Or it can be the second one in favor only. Or do you think of how many ways of doing this? You think of how many ways? Are you list down? Or, so I think I don't have to list down, correct? So they are all together 5. So now, if every question we have to go and list down like that, isn't it very difficult? So what we do is, in math, this number of ways, and you look at each probability, are they the same? Are they the same, the probability? The probability for each one to happen? So you have 1 yes and 4 no, correct? So it will be the probability of a yes, 7.2 power 1 and 0.28 power 4. It doesn't matter where it comes from because multiplication is commutative, right? Okay, it can be any way. So now, how to find the number of ways of doing this? Well, how to find the number of ways? We use this formula. 5C1. 5, you choose 1. So they are all together 5 different ways of doing this. So to find the probability of x equal to 1, we write down the number of ways then the probability for each way. So the number of ways will go like that. My n is equal to 5. So 5C1. So this C there is, this part is the number of ways. So probability for each way. 1 success, 4 failure. See or not? That is how you interpret the formula. The first number there is to tell you the number of ways to get anyone to be agreed upon with the changes. Are you clear? Okay. So you have to, in the exam, they can ask you what is the meaning of this and what is the meaning of this. You must be able to study in words. So when you come to this level of statistics, it's not a matter of the value. Do you know how it works? Are you okay? So you understand binomial distribution clearly? You want to determine whether it's a binomial distribution or not, it must follow these three criteria. Okay? Then, from here, how am I going to find the probability for each case? What are the possible values for X? You have to define your X first. You get me? So, can I move on? Now I want to teach you how to use your graphic calculator to build everything. So this is a discrete random variable because it is countable. Okay, so now I'm going to use this example throughout. Okay, so now everyone take note. Like in example 12, I have defined my X already. So I will write down, and I say it fulfills the binomial distribution. So I will write down like that, X is a binomial distribution. The first number in this bracket, I will write down the number of trials. That is 5. The second number will be the probability of success. In this case, is in favor of changes for each member. That is 0.72. After I have written down this, I always will write down the possible value for X. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And usually when you talk about random variable distribution, correct? Discrete random variable distribution, we will ask you to build the probability distribution table. Am I right? So which means that you have to build the probability distribution table. This is your X. Write down the possible value of X. And this is a probability of X equal to X. Okay, so am I going to count one by one using this formula? Am I going to count one by one using this formula? Or is there a better way of doing it? Am I going to count one by one like that? So R will be here. These are all your value of R. Or X, you can call it, up to you, whatever. The general formula is P X equal to R is NCR P to the power R Q to the power N minus R. Am I going to use this formula? You can. But your graphic calculator can do a wonders. Do you know that? Okay, now please follow my instruction. Take out your graphic calculator, key this into your L1. You know what I mean, correct? Key that into your L1. You have to press stack, okay? By now, everyone should know you have to press stack. Are you done? So your L1 will have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done? Okay, bring your cursor to L2. Bring your cursor to L2. Okay? After you bring your cursor to L2, this is the second step. This is the first step. Okay. Bring your cursor to L2. Third step. Press second vase. Because on top of second vase, on top of that, there's a distribution. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, press second vase. Scroll down. Did you see binom PDF? Do you see that? Okay, select that, please. So when you select this, the screen will come out. Trials. Am I right? Okay, how many trials do you have here? 5. Next, what is it? P. So what is the P? The P is here. 0.72. Am I right? Then after that, X value. Where is the location of our X value? L1. Am I right? If you have specific value, you just type in the specific value. So L1, am I right? Yeah, then you paste. You see everything come out in your that one? Am I right? Okay. When X equal to 0, what is the probability? 0.0017. X equal to 1, 0.0221. 2, 1138. 3, 4, 5, 0.1935. Do you get that? If you don't, you faster ask your friend. So copy down. So you see, you can build your probability distribution table for binomial easily. You don't have to go and specifically calculate one by one. Okay, now. So if you have a look at this distribution, I want to plot this distribution. Okay, because this is in a table form. So if I want to present it in a graph form, I will say it's a spike diagram. So that means it's a diagram with a line. Okay, so how I will do it with my graphic calculator. So listen here. We want to draw the graph. Huh? Okay, so what you need to do is you follow my instruction. You do second y equal to, please. Select plot 1. Okay, select AD. So when plot 1 comes, the first one you have to bring your cursor to on and put enter. Okay, then you move to the other one, type. Okay, the type, huh? You select the first one. The first one is the dot. So you select this one. Then after that, what is it? X list, is it? Okay, your X list means your variable X is in L1. If you are in L2, you right type L2, okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean always must be in L1. Then your Y list. Your Y list is your probability. Because you are going to plot the graph of probability against X. So your Y list is the probability in L2. If you put in L3, you just put L3. Okay, then how do you want to mark it, the type? I prefer this, cross. I always select cross. I don't like dot. Up to you. You like dot, you go ahead. I have a reason for it. Okay, then the color up to you. You choose any color you like. Are you done with that? Okay, all this set already, you go to Zoom. Select Zoom stack. Then you wait for a while. All the point will come out like that. You will have a point like that. Okay, you mark accordingly, correct? You just mark down the highest point. You just write down the value here. You can move your cursor. It can tell you the value. Correct or not? You move the cursor, it will tell you the value. So you draw the spike diagram. Are you okay? So this is called spike diagram. So may I know this distribution is skewed left or skewed right? This distribution is skewed left or skewed right? Right is this side. If the tail is lower tail is this one, this is skewed left. We call it negatively skewed. Hello? Are you okay? So that is the purpose of us drawing the spike diagram. Okay? So you know how to use GC to do the probability distribution table, how to use GC to draw the spike diagram. If you want to draw manually by yourself, also go ahead. It doesn't matter. So now you know those who study physics or chemistry, when you want to plot graph, correct? What you can do, you key all your data into your L1 and L2, then you select stack plot, then zoom fit, it will fit it nicely for you. So you will know how your graph go. Then you transfer onto the graph paper. Then it better still. If you want a smooth curve, right, for physics, right, then you can adjust the value. You go to your L1 list and L2 list, then you adjust. You change the value. You know whether to put up or put down. And I can also ask my calculator to fit the formula for me. Do you know that? This, for you don't learn. Last time syllabus, yes, they learn. So if you want, you can do that. That will help you in your physics and chemistry. Yeah. When you come to graph that time, those who learn physics and chemistry. Okay. I don't think econs you need to plot a graph. Am I right? Okay. Now. Can? Okay. So now, based on this case, I want to teach you how to use your graphic calculator to do certain calculation of the probability. Yep. Can I move? Okay. So the next one is, if I got X, we go back to this case, it's a binomial distribution, 5, 0.72. So if I want you to get the probability of X equal to 3. So I don't want to use formula. Okay, I don't have to build the table. So what should I do to get this answer? So this means the probability of any 3, any 3 are in favor of changes out of 5, not the first 3, not the last 3, any 3. So if I want, I have to use a formula, correct? If I don't want to use a formula, how to use your GC? What must you press? You must go and look for binom PDF. Okay, just key in the correct number. And I usually will write down this so that I know which program I'm using. Binom PDF, what is it? So you key in the number of trials, you key in the probability of in favor of, then you key in the number of people who are in favor of any number. In this case, it's 3. Then you press enter. Okay, can you tell me what is the answer? 0. Yes. 29. 2. Some more. 6 what? Another 6. Okay, then only I round off to 3 significant figure. So this is what happened in statistics. There is no working, and you don't have to write this. I'm writing this just to let you know the meaning. Because question definitely will not ask like that. Question definitely will ask like this. Correct? So you have to know how to interpret, know how to put it like that. And you want to write down this or not, that is your choice. But I usually will write down this so that I don't write my final answer. If it's a 2-mark answer, correct? If your answer is wrong, your 2 marks is gone. 2-mark question. And if you write this correct, but your answer is wrong, correct, at least you can get 1 mark. So I leave it to you to decide what to write and what not to write. If it's 1 mark, more than king lah. Whatever you write also, if your answer is wrong, means it's wrong. Do you get me? And sometimes when we round off, right, we may make mistakes. So I will prefer to write down whatever calculator show me first. Then only I round off to 3 significant figures. Because there's no way for us to deduct your mark in statistics. Because there's no working. You see or not? Whatever calculator show, that will be the answer. Okay? So that is the first thing. Take note. Okay, now if I ask for this. What does that mean? It cannot be. It cannot be 6. It must be crazy. Can it be 6? Definitely cannot, correct? If I ask for this, what does that mean? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What are the possible value of X, you tell me? So you see how important is it to write down the possible value of X? It means I want here. Am I right? So it means that probability of X equal to 0 plus probability of X equal to 1 plus probability of X equal to 2 plus probability of X equal to 3. So for this case, am I going to use binom PDF 1 by 1? Or is there any better way of doing it? Go and search your calculator. Under binom PDF, there is another one. So you use just now the table, try to add up all these 3 values and try to use the one below binom PDF and see what it gives you. If it gives you the same answer, means that is the right one to choose. You go to the table, you add up. The one below binom PDF. There's another one binom, correct? So, if I want less than or equal to, what should I use? What should I use? Less than or equal to, I must use, I can cut short by using binom CDF. C means cumulative. Accumulated, add up from the lowest right up to the number equal. Are you clear? So I key in 5, 0.72, and 3. So that is the meaning of binom CDF. Start from the lowest 0 right up to the number. So what is the answer? What is the answer? 0.430. Sebastian? I can't hear. Old lady, louder, please. Okay, enough. So 0.430. Are you okay? Can or not? Do you all get that? Bram, do you get that? Do you type in the binom CDF? Do you think the number of trial is 5? 0.72? 3? Okay. Okay, correct, huh? Okay, now. So now, listen here. If now I want this, I'm teaching you how to manipulate, huh? If I want this, probability of X less than 3. Will it be the same, the answer as the same as just now that one? The answer is no, because there is no equal sign. So that means this is the same as saying probability X equal to 0 plus probability X equal to 1 and plus probability X equal to 2. And you have to stop because it's discrete. Cannot take 3. So you have to use, this is the same as saying X is less than or equal to 2. And you use your binom CDF. 5, 0.72, and 2. Be very careful, got equal and no equal. If you say more, less than, that means no equal. If you say at least, or you say at most, then got equal. So all this you have to be very, very careful. Are you clear? Okay, last. If I ask for a question like that, probability of X greater than 2. Can I use binom CDF? The answer is no, because binom CDF is from 0 right up to the number. It's for less than. So greater than, the sum of all the probability is what? 1. Can I say this is the same as this? Am I right? Cool. So answer. Write down properly like that. Okay? So these are the calculator skill that you have to know. So now, from today onward, since you know how to use your graphic calculator, will your question, like whatever you have in your high school, the number of n, the highest we will give you is 5. We can give you to 20, correct? Why? Because you have your graphic calculator. You can do whatever calculation we want you to do. So for this coming test, if you don't have a graphic calculator, you are going to die flat. I'm telling you. You understand or not? Afterward, we are talking about chapter 7, also the same thing. So most probably we will have our SAT 5 after Raya. After Hari Raya Puasa. Because I think I need about another 1 week plus to teach you on normal distribution, chapter 8. Right? Okay? So please do all the exercise in this chapter. I practically almost finished already. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about the 2 parameters on binomial distribution. What are the 2 parameters?